impressed with how our players responded today. And one of the things that's really, really important is continue to get better every single day. I mean, I was very, very impressed. Probably our best Tuesday. I think the guys are very, very motivated to go to work. Coming out of Saturday, very impressed. Coming onto that field, I mean, for the first time for me, and to see that student section, the way they were rocking the place, our fans, the atmosphere was absolutely incredible. So I want to, our players were talking about that yesterday and today, and just tell them how much we appreciate that, and we're going to work hard to earn their support and to continue to get better as a football team. I thought the things from a team standpoint that were extremely positive. I have worked very, very hard. We're instilling some things that, little things. It's the little things that I think are very important to us, especially down the stretch. We're going to play an awful lot of close football games, so discipline. I thought our guys were disciplined. I thought they, I asked them to do some things and do some things differently, and to how they conduct themselves on the field. There wasn't any really bonehead plays. There wasn't anybody getting really stupid penalties. We had a hands in the face, which could have went either way. We had a pass interference that could have went probably either way. We want to eliminate all of those. We had no penalties in the kicking game other than kicking the ball out of bounds. But I thought our discipline as a team, I thought how the kids, the sportsmanship and how they went about their business, I thought they played very physical. We finished blocks. We did a good job. I mean, for the first game, naturally tackling's always sloppy. And I thought our unity. I thought our guys at halftime, obviously, there were some missed opportunities, and it was a first game type of mistakes being made, which are unacceptable. I can tell you that, and that's the thing I'll tell you is that we make no excuses for anything. We obviously have a whole bunch of things we can get better on. I'm just as excited as I was last week. We're 1-0. We went out and won our first ball game, and we know we've got a lot of things to get better. But those things, those intangible things, are the things that I came out of with the most positive feelings about. And everything else that we see, we can get corrected on the field. So I'll leave it at that and take questions.
Greg Williams said earlier today he was a little surprised to learn that he was starting after not having practiced all that much. What went into the decision to play him? Just
experience and knowledge. Todd is really going to be a really good player too. We're very, very blessed to have both those guys. At the end of the day, Greg, that is, and it was a good decision because he played really well and did a good job for us. So, it was he was the best guy to give us the best opportunity to win.
Can you talk a little bit about Tino coming in on his own yesterday? That's something he's been doing. He does regularly.
Yeah. I mean, all of our guys do that. I think part of being a winner and winning at this level, you got to have guys that study. And I think that's one of the biggest things. We made mistakes that we haven't made in camp, but we haven't played a game. I wasn't surprised by some of the things, but we talked to these guys that even right now, sometimes they think that we have a mastery of what we're doing. I told them today, I said, you guys are infants in this scheme. And the thing that we have to constantly be working towards is knowledge. And that takes time, that takes studying, that takes that voluntary extra time to do that. And he's been a great student as well as the other quarterbacks, and we're working and challenging the team to do that. I think this is one of the best group of guys I've been around. I think if there's anything that we need to improve upon, it's that. I think we need to spend more time studying what we're doing, and because that's the problem, we're fighting time and trying to install all the new stuff that we're doing. But I would tell you we're right on schedule, and I like the kids' attitudes. I like that they want to win, they want to be successful, and I can tell you I was extremely proud of them. I was extremely proud how you get in there and obviously when you miss opportunities, it causes frustration. I didn't see a bunch of guys hitting themselves in the head, bad body language. I seen guys staying focused and doing the things that we're trying to teach them. So we are, like I told the guys, I said, you just keep your head down, keep working, keep plugging, and we get the fundamental things corrected, and we got the makings of a really, really good football team.
Todd, were you close at all to putting Trey Anderson in the game last week, and do you expect him to play this week? Is there some sort of plan to maybe get him in there for a series at any point?
No, we weren't. That thought didn't even enter my mind. And I'll be real honest with you. One of the things that we have a process in place. We have a quarterback coach. We have an offensive coordinator. We have 2 offensive coordinators, and then myself. One of the things that I set up going up into this game is that our quarterback has the most on him, and obviously. And I have no doubt in my mind, I have the confidence that Tino is the best guy for that job. And, he missed some guys that were wide open. And that's something that, we got to get corrected, not have that happen. But I have all the confidence in the world that he can get the job done. So, that's not, I didn't think about that. We have in the past done that. One of the things that I've done in the past is this first series of the second quarter. When we had 2 really good guys, we would put one in. We just didn't feel like that in Trey's development or with Mark right now that we were ready to do that with them. If that makes sense.
If like you got in the situation like where you got the big lead though, are you going to try and protect Trey's red shirt as much as possible, or would you give him?
Trey's going to play.
Okay.
Trey's going to play. He's not going to red shirt this year. He's definitely going to play. He's got to come along. But also this guy showed up in August. I mean, we've only had a couple weeks with him, and we've had about 3 weeks with him to learn what he's doing. And as well as what's set Mark behind is he's had some tendonitis in his elbows. He's not been able to throw all the time and stuff in the spring and things like that. But those guys, as far as where they're at now, Trey it sits at the number 2 guy with Mark right there. I think they're pretty close together. Neither one of them do I feel that we're ready to play. But if we would have got, heck, we're going to put them in. And both of them could play in that situation.
So that's the benchmark there. If there's substantial lead, then.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, what I'm telling you is that that's not to say that we won't use them. I've done it in the past. I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of the personnel director. I direct all that, but also, listen to Coach Dodds. We're listening to Coach McGee. We would like for a guy to get some experience other than just one guy all the time. But in that game right there, going this first game, we didn't feel like unless we had a substantial lead, would we willing to put anybody in there because we didn't want to have any mistakes or things like that. But we're hopefully we'll get a chance to do that.
That from the standpoint of, in terms of, Shanahan pointing out this morning that you guys just kind of wore them down, especially late.
Yeah, when you watch film on our offense with Tulsa, you see all the highlight films. We run 80 plays a game is what we ran there. We ran 40. We were on pace the first half. We were 43 plays in that half, and I'm telling you, I thought we were going at a turtle's pace, and we weren't. We had 43 plays. I was all over them about getting to the line of scrimmage. And what you see happening too, I don't know if you guys notice this, you'll watch and our quarterbacks waiting for the defense to get lined up to start the game. It's just, they're just not, you're not used to, we don't have to wait for them, we got to keep the pace going. What happened in the second half is we scored extremely fast. Every time we had the ball, we scored every time we had the football, and then we had these drives where they were hitting these quick game passes, and it was these long, 15, 17 play drives with their offense. So it was a very unusual game, to say the least. We only had 64, something like that, 66 plays on offense, and 43 of them in the first half. Now, 43 plays and only having 7 points has got to be I don't know if that's ever happened to us. But we kicked 2 field goals, we scored 41 points. We were not hitting on all cylinders, no question about that. But we are not far off. I can tell you that. For the first game, if you would have asked me, and if I was going to be honest with you, I thought going into that game we would go score about 40 to 45 points. That's what I thought we would score, conservatively. Could score a little bit more than that. Defensively, I thought that we would hold them to 10 or less. That's what I thought. Honest, that's what I thought. So 35 to 16, it was a win. And I think we learned a lot out of it. We got a lot out of it. I love our kids' attitude today. Man, they had a great attitude today. And I think if you know, you always, if you go out there and it's too easy, then you know, I don't, you know, it's trying to get these guys motivated to learn and get better. And we really challenge them today as they're getting better. And we just got to continue to get better every week. And I've got a lot of confidence that we can do that. And I'll be real honest with you, I think there's some things, nobody asked me anything about defense. There's a lot of things defensively we can get better on. You know, we executed for 10 series exactly what we've coached. And then it's like there was like a lull, and we're supposed to be up on the receivers, we're backed off of them. There was a lot of mental mistakes down the line, and they could have had 2 walk-off touchdowns that they dropped. So it was just it was a first game. But I thought our guys were disciplined, and we've got the makings of a really good football team. We just got to get better every week, and it's not going to be just walk out there and roll over somebody.
Speaking of defense, your linebackers have done a little bit of shuffling here and there, trying to get the right combinations. Is that just something that each week you're going to have to do until you kind of really feel comfortable?
Yeah, I think I was really impressed with Greg at outside linebacker. I'm impressed with Todd Thomas. I think Todd's a guy that can really impact. It's just you got a senior and a freshman. So those guys, I'm really pleased there. We get, you know, I think Lindsey's first time out, he was, you know, a lot of different moving parts for him that was different. We've got to, and we've adapted some things. We went and said, oh, okay, now here's some things we've got to modify, and we did modify quite a few things to say, okay, here's what maybe we need to do to help get our guys in better position. So, you know, at the inside linebacker spot, you know, we just want to be faster, play faster. The biggest thing is they probably had the hardest time because they were trained to key a different way than how we key. And that is really hard. Guys that's been playing 3 years, when they've been keying a certain way for 3 years, and you're trying to break them of that. So, you know, I've got a lot of confidence in Max and with Tristan and their experience. I thought Gordon had a good first game, still feeling his way around a little bit. I think as Grigsby comes back, you know, he's a guy that can provide more speed to that group. We've even looked at maybe Juan Price is a guy that really impressed me Saturday. That we need to get on the. He played 30 snaps, and we want him to play a lot more than 30 snaps. But so we might even look at him a little bit there. So you know, it's just about trying to keep getting better there. But I was very pleased with the outside linebacker play. I thought, you know, we did a decent job inside. We just missed too many tackles, like on some runs we had to stop the line of scrimmage and make 7 yards, stuff like that. But you know, other than the you know, the deep, you know, where we came off our man with a jailbreak and go, the one seam route where that was our linebacker left the guy uncovered. You know, I thought 93 plays, give up 16 points. I'll take that every week. So. But obviously, we didn't. The first game of the year, you're never going to, you know, especially in a new pro. All the things that these kids had on them, I'm very proud of them. I thought they did a good job.
Todd, Ray Graham broke that 75-yarder late. He had thought he was pretty close a couple times. Did you feel that way? That there were some plays that just kind of.
If you could look at the film, I mean, fundamentally up front on the offensive line, it's just correcting some steps. Because if that guy has that much, he's extremely special. The other guy, Zach Brown, impressed me tremendously. I watch the kid's demeanor more than anything else. He just looks like a veteran. He looks like he's supposed to make yards, supposed to block people. He just has a purpose, but it's called experience. But we have a very dynamic group. Corey Davis, I mean, he takes that ball 10 yards out of the back of the end. I mean, he's almost in the end line. And he wants the ball. I went down there and said, well, son, what are you doing? He said, Coach, I'm stingy. I want the ball. I knew that was the only time I was going to get the ball, and I wanted to run it. Well, I like this guy. This guy, I mean, I don't want him doing that, but I like this guy. So I'm really impressed, you know, with our running backs. I thought that, you know, they came up and pressed us up outside. I did think we did a very good job there. We've got to get more speed onto the field. Guys like Ronald Jones, he only played 6 plays. We've got to get him out there more. Carswell's a guy that can stretch the field and do some things. Gonzalez is another guy that can do that. I thought Hubie made some good catches and did some good things. But we're, I got home really late from the game. I walked in, my wife said, "Man, that didn't look anything like our offense last year." And I said, well, we're just getting started. And so, just be patient and we'll get there. But I was very, very impressed with Ray and Ray's leadership and how he went about doing his business. The only thing he's got to do is when he's tired, he's fatigued, he needs to come out. And sometimes he waves him off, and he's got to quit doing that because sometimes he gets tired and we're going to put the ball in.
Well,